YouTube, my name's Sean Collins and welcome back to another NFL Fan Pub video number 3. And this video has come around because of a question that's been asked by a few of you, which is about trades. Now I wasn't going to cover this off this early into my video series, but as people are asking about trades and what makes good trades, I think it's a good video to actually tackle right now. Now again, I can only dwell on my experiences and those of our league, and I think anybody that was involved in our league last year would agree that I had a very good track record for trading with other coaches and getting the best out of the trades that I was given, to be honest. And I'm going to explain how I did this. I'm going to share with you some of the successes and skills and tips that will make it possible for you to enjoy good trades. So let's talk about the two types of trade, in my view, that exist. There is a need and a greed types of trade, need and greed trades. Need is simple, really. That's where two coaches have mutually what each other wants. So, for example, you've got a stable of great running backs. I've got a group of wide receivers, a number of them. We can both mutually agree to let one player each go. Both of us need the other's player. It's a simple trade. Both of us are getting what we believe to be good mileage for money. So very simple. Both of us are very happy, and that's a very simple need trade. They work very well. The greed trades are much harder to spot. They're often snuck under that type of illusion, if you will. Or occasionally somebody will dangle something out in front of you that seems too good to be true. And those are the ones you have to watch for. It's that classic all that glitters is not gold. It's the quickest route to fantasy success as well as failure is a bad trade. I should apologise. Because you can really mess the entire team dynamic up and ruin it. Now, last year in our 16-man league, I think anybody that watches the video as part of that will realise that I do speak with some confidence on this subject, and I was very successful last year at trading. Most of the time, I never had a problem trading, and most of my trades seem like magic to pan out to be fantastic. But I'm going to let you into a little secret about trading, that often people who are very good at it will already have pre-armed themselves with a lot of information so that they have a good idea what they're about to get. So if we examine one very important, pivoting trade of last season in our fantasy league, it highlights a greed trade. I watched Le'Veon Bell at the start of this season do what he had done at the end of last season. I'd made a mental note, as I do with all players. I build a catalogue of information about how they're doing week to week, etc. Very useful when it comes to understanding a fantasy league. And I noticed Le'Veon Bell's final 6 games of last year, of the year before last, were fantastic. That didn't mean he was going to carry it on into the next season. It doesn't always work like that. But it was in my mind. It was one of those things that was at the back of my mind. And as the season started, I noticed he had continued on where he'd left off. And it struck me that if you were to look at it as a gradient, the guy was going like this. It was a skyrocket going up. And I thought, if I could get him now, I could be laughing. This could really set my season up, as I didn't have a very good starting window, because several of my players got injured very quickly, as most people know from our league. So one of the easiest ways out of trouble is, of course, trading. It's one of the easiest ways out of trouble. But to do it, you're going to have to dangle the greed trade. So I offered Lacy for Bell. Now, on paper, it looked like that was a very good deal for the owner when you weigh up Lacy over Bell at that point, because it looked like I was giving up more to get Bell. So it wouldn't always be obvious what was going on. It wouldn't seem obvious what I was looking to do or why I was doing this. But the truth of it was I dangled the trade out there simply because I was desperate to get a player who I felt was about to go on a skyrocket journey, and clearly did. So it's having that previous information was really useful. And unfortunately for the other owner, of course, the other thing that happened as well, Lacy got injured. And he stayed injured just for a few weeks. And another irony of it was, eventually I ended up getting Lacy back in the second half of the season. So not only did I have Bell, I had Lacy, and we all know the story there, how that turned the season round for us. And again, it's difficult for anybody watching this video who doesn't know. They might think, well, how the hell did that happen? But again, like any league, you have to be part of it to understand the peaks and troughs of what was going on. But it highlights, I think, very clearly the need and the greed part. The greed part is the tricky bit, the bit where people dangle stuff in front of you. You've got to really weigh up what it's going to do for your team. Because I've said before, and I've said in this video already, it's the quickest way to success or ruin is through the trade window. But it's critically important, particularly when you have issues, you have to be a wheeler and dealer and enjoy that aspect of the game. And if in doubt, start small, try small things out, try and get need trades in, and then look for something that you believe you've cottoned onto that the opponent may not realise, or you think you've spotted something that that person hasn't seen, because they're offering a player out anyway, and you just think, hang on a minute, that's the guy for me. Maybe it's the fact that you've thought the last few games of the year he has a great run in. Whatever it might be is the reason that promotes that trade. These are fantastic things when you're working out which players to go for, particularly in trades. Anyway, we're only touching on it loosely here. We're only touching on it a small amount because this is a big area, an area that we will expand out in later on. But I just wanted to touch on need and greed trades. I've been Sean Connors. This has been the third video of NFL Fan Pub site. I hope you're enjoying it. Please comment, leave a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and happy fantasy canyon. Bye-bye.